Hi students, welcome to Diamond Group of Institutions, KSET and NEET online classes. So this is Swami sir and now I am going to teach you ray optics. So first ray optics may, first one is ray optics is valid for, so when the ray optics is valid. So now the ray approximation is valid for wavelength of the light is much smaller than the dimensions of the object. Okay, that means this d is the size of the object or dimensions of the object is indicating, and lambda is the wavelength of the light. So the dimensions of the object are much larger than the wavelength of the light, then the ray optics is valid. So here I am dividing this ray optics into the three parts. Okay, plane mirror and spherical mirror and lenses. So now first I am going to explain about the plane mirrors. Plane mirrors. So if two plane mirrors are inclined to each other by theta angle, so the one ray is falling on the first mirror and next falling on the second mirror, so reflected, then what is the total deviation? So the formula for the total deviation is total deviation equal to 2 pi minus 2 theta. So here theta is nothing but the angle between the two mirrors. Okay, next here we have to remember the 2 points. This formula is applicable when the deviation is in the same sense. That means deviation is in the same direction. So here the deviation is from left to right. So here also the deviation is from left to right. That means here the deviation is in the anti-clockwise direction. Here also deviation is in the anti-clockwise direction only. This is the one point. And the second point is that only we have to take the single reflection from the each mirror. One reflection from one mirror and one more reflection from the other mirror. So then only we have to use this formula. So deviation equal to 2 pi minus 2 theta. So based on this one, we have the one example. Okay, here these two mirrors are perpendicular to each other. If two mirrors are inclined to each other by 90 degrees, then the the incident ray and the reflected ray from the second mirror both are anti-parallel to each other. Otherwise, by using the formula also we can get this answer. Suppose the incident ray and the reflected ray from the second mirror are anti-parallel to each other, the angle between these two is nothing but the 180 degrees. So the deviation equal to 180 degrees. So the formula is del equal to 2 pi minus 2 theta. So now deviation equal to the 180 degrees is nothing but pi equal to 2 pi minus 2 theta. From this 2 theta equal to send the pi to this side, then it will become 2 pi minus pi equal to pi, and theta equal to pi by 2 or 90 degrees. That means irrespective of any angle of incident, if the incident ray and the reflected ray from the second mirror are anti-parallel, then angle between the two mirrors equal to the 90 degrees. So now here this formula is applicable if the deviation is in the same direction. At the two reflection time, the deviation is in the same sense, we use this formula. Suppose if the deviation is not in the same sense, the different direction, then what we have to do? So next example, this is the previous year question. So in this problem, see, this is the problem. Here the angle between the two mirrors is the 50 degrees. Now here the incident ray is making the incident angle is nothing but the 25 degrees. The question is find the net deviation. The options are 100 degrees in anti-clockwise direction, or 100 degrees clockwise direction, or 80 degrees anti-clockwise direction, or 80 degrees clockwise direction. So now in this case, this formula we should not use. Okay, so in this case what we have to do means, so now we have the incident angle. So according to the laws of reflection, angle of incident equal to the angle of reflection. So now here also keep the same angle 25 degrees and draw the reflected ray. So now this is the reflected ray and striking the suppose this is the first mirror and this is the second mirror. Okay, now this ray is incidenting on the second mirror. So with what angle, with which angle it will strike the second mirror? To get that one, so this angle is nothing but the sum of the angle between the two mirrors and the previous incident angle. Okay, so this angle is nothing but sum of the angle between the two mirrors and the previous incident angle. So 50 plus 25 equal to the 75 degrees. Now here this ray is incidenting on the second mirror by 75 degrees with 75 degrees angle. So now we have to find the total deviation. Okay, now so in the first case actually the ray has to go straight here, but due to this mirror it is getting the reflection. So now here the deviation equal to the deviation is nothing but the del 1. Okay, so here now angle of incident is 75 degrees. So now actually it has to go here straight due to the mirror it is reflecting here. So now the angle of incident equal to the 75 degrees here. So now in this case the deviation equal to the del 2. So here the first reflection time at the first mirror the deviation is in the anti-clockwise direction, and in the second mirror the deviation is in the clockwise direction. Okay, the first mirror the deviation is in the anti-clockwise direction, and the second mirror the deviation is in the clockwise direction. So now the deviation formula, so first deviation del 1 equal to the, so here this is the straight line, now total angle equal to the 180 degrees. Now deviation is from here to the here, so here angle of incident equal to the 25 degrees, so then angle of reflection also equal to the 25 degrees. This total angle is nothing but the 50 degrees. The deviation equal to the total angle 180 minus 50 equal to the 130 degrees. But here the deviation is in the sense in the direction of anti-clockwise direction, so I kept here in the bracket anti. And next this ray is falling on the second mirror, so here the deviation del 2 equal to how much we have to find. So here angle of incident equal to 75 degrees, so angle of reflection also here 75 degrees only. Now deviation equal to this is the straight line, this total angle is nothing but the 180 degrees. We have to subtract these two angles, that means angle of incident plus angle of reflection. So this total angle is nothing but the 150 degrees. So now deviation equal to total angle minus this angle 150. So 180 minus 150 equal to the 30. So here the deviation is in the sense clockwise sense. So now clockwise, I wrote here clock. Okay, now total deviation equal to this. Here the deviation is one is in the anti-clockwise sense and one more is in the clockwise sense. So now total deviation equal to the, we have to subtract from high value to the low value. So del 1 minus del 2. So high value is the 130 in anti-clockwise direction and low value is the 30 in clockwise direction. Then the net deviation we will get 100 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, this is the way to solve the problem. Okay, so next problem is based on the field of view. Okay, FOV means field of view. So field of view means, so here we have to find the field of view for this plane mirror. So here the given question is, so object, this is the object here, object is L distance from the mirror, the length of the mirror is 2L, and the distance of the screen from the object is 3L. Okay, now find the field view of the image. Field view of the image means from what location to the what we can see the image, that we have to find. So now to find the field view of the image, so see now first, so here in the plane mirror, so the distance from the object to the mirror is equal to the mirror to the image, and the shape of the image, that means the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. These are the basic properties. So now the length of the image from the mirror is nothing but the L. So now here the length of the image from the screen is nothing but the, so here to here 3L and here to here L and here to here it is the L. So total the distance of the image from the screen is the 5L and the distance of the mirror from the screen is the 4L. Okay, and the length of the mirror is the 2L. So now we have to find the field view of the image. To find the field view of the image, so suppose this is the screen now, so we are moving on the screen. So from which location to the which location we can see the image in the mirror, that we have to find here. So to see that image, so we have to draw the reflected ray from the two extremes of the mirror. So the region between the two extremes of the mirror, that means the reflected rays coming from the extremes of the mirror, that region is nothing but the field view of the mirror. So now here to find out the field view of the image, I am drawing the reflected rays from the mirror from the extreme. So this is the one ray. Suppose we can take here also. This is the reflected ray, and this is the incident ray. This is the one more incident ray. Now this incident ray is striking and reflecting back. So now it is forming the virtual image. So I'm extending this ray is backside, and the next this is the incident ray striking here and reflecting in this direction. So now here forming the virtual image. Now I'm extending the reflected ray backside. The meeting point of the extended reflected rays is nothing but the image. Now the region between the these two reflected rays. So this is the reflected ray from here to here, and this is the reflected ray. So the region between these two is nothing but the field view of the image. That means if we are moving from here to here, we can see the image. So rather than this distance, so if we are here or if we are here, we cannot see the image of the object. So now here to find the length from where to where we can see the image in the mirror means we have to use the similar triangle property here. So now I that means here see two similar triangles it is forming. One is IBA, otherwise IAB one triangle, and one more triangle is the IDC. These are the two similar triangles. From the mathematics we use the similar triangles property, and here we are using the ratio of the sides from these two similar triangles. So IAB triangle may, so now I am taking the height of the this triangle, and the next IDC may same side, that means height I am taking. So now AB by DC, so AB by DC equal to the, now I am taking the bases. So now this big triangle key base is nothing but IA, and a small triangle key base is nothing but ID. So now IA by ID. So now this length we have to find here. So from where to where we can find the image in the mirror. So now this length is nothing, this I am assuming y. So now y by DC is nothing but the length of the mirror. So length of the mirror is nothing but the 2L, and the next IA is nothing but the distance of the image from the screen. So now here to here the distance is nothing but 3L plus L, 4L plus L, 5L. So total is the 5L. Now ID is nothing but the distance of the image from the mirror. So this length is nothing but the L. So after simplification we are getting the y equal to the 10L. That means from here to here distance to 10L. So we can see the image in the mirror from here to here. This is the field view of the mirror. The answer is the 10L. And the next one more thing is that how to find the number of images if two mirrors are inclined. So now remember this one. First what we have to do, first step we have to do 360 by theta. So theta is nothing but the angle between the two mirrors. So now calculate first 360 by theta. How many parts we are getting? So 360 by theta. Suppose if by doing the 360 by theta, if you are getting the integer part, if we may get the fractional part, both chances are there. If we get the integer part, that integer is even integer or odd integer. Suppose if you are getting even integer 360 by theta, if you are getting even integer, then number of images equal to the 360 by theta minus 1. That means suppose if theta equal to the 60 degrees, now 360 by theta means 360 by 60 equal to the, we are getting the 6. So here we got the 6 as a even integer, but this is the even integer. Now go through this one. If we are getting the even integer, the number of images equal to the 6 minus 1, that is equal to the 5 images we will get. Okay, suppose if you are getting the odd integer, suppose theta equal to the, I am taking the any angle we can take. Suppose 1 minute. If theta equal to the 72 degrees, okay, if theta equal to 70 degrees, the number of parts 360 by 72 equal to the 5. So now we are getting the integer, that is 5 only, but that is the odd integer. So if odd integer is there, so then we are keeping the object symmetrically or asymmetrically, that is also we have to check it. That means, so here these are the two mirrors inclined. Okay, now this is the angular bisector. If object is on the angular bisector, okay, the object is lies on the angular bisector, then it is called as the symmetrical. So then the number of images is n equal to 360 by theta minus 1. So that means here 360 by theta we are getting the 5. The number of images equal to 5 minus 1 is the 4. Suppose object lies asymmetrically, not on this angular bisector. Suppose here it is their object. Okay, then how many images will form? Means direct n equal to 360 by theta. That means 5 images we will get. Okay, now if we get the 360 by theta is a fraction part. If we get the fraction part, suppose I am taking the theta equal to the 70 degrees. So now 360 by theta we will get 360 by 70 equal to the some 5 point something we will get. So now here we have to take the integer part of number of images. So that means if first we have to calculate the 360 by theta. If you are getting the 360 by theta as an integer, next that is even integer or odd integer. If you are getting the even integer, the number of images equal to 360 by theta minus 1, If it is odd integer, where the object is located on the symmetrically or asymmetrically. If it is symmetrically, the number of images is 360 by theta minus 1. If odd asymmetrically, then number of images equal to 360 by theta only. Suppose if you are getting the fractional part, then we have to consider the integer part of number of images are there. So in the previous problem, in the previous we discussed the number of images. So by using the 360 by theta, we got that means number of images. Here, two mirrors are parallel to each other. In between these two mirrors, we have the object. So now, at what location? The question is at what location mirror B? This mirror B should not form the image. At what location it is not forming the image? Take the first reflection from the mirror A. So we have to take the first reflection from the mirror A. So now options are 15 centimeter, 25 centimeter, 45 centimeters, and 55 centimeters. So that means where it is not forming the image, at what location this B mirror is not forming the image, we have to find. So once you see now, so same diagram I drawn here. These two mirrors are there. That means here these two mirrors are parallel to each other. If two mirrors are parallel to each other, it will form the infinite number of the images. Okay. So now here they are asking that at what location the mirror B is not forming the image, that we have to find. So now object is 5 centimeter from the A mirror and 15 centimeter from the B mirror. So they said that take the first reflection from the mirror A. So now if you take the first reflection from the mirror A, so the first image is forming at the 5 centimeter. That means the image distance and object distance is same in the plane mirror. So now here the image distance from the A mirror is 5 centimeter and the first image formed at the 15 centimeter from the B mirror. So here the object is 15 centimeter in front of the mirror. So at the same distance backside of the mirror it will form the image. So now the image of the A mirror act as a object to the B mirror. That means see here this is the image. What is the distance of this image from the B mirror? So this image is acting as a object to the B mirror. So what is the distance of this object means here to here 5. So 5 plus 15. So total this is the 20 plus 5, 25 centimeters. That means the object is at the 25 centimeter from the B mirror. So next it will form the second image at the 25 centimeter from the B mirror. Okay, next this is the first image of the B mirror and this image is acting as a object to the A mirror. So what is the distance of this image from the A mirror means? So here to here 20 centimeters and here to here the 15 centimeters, total 35 centimeters. That means this image is 35 centimeters from the A mirror and this is acting as a object to this one, and the next this mirror A is forming the next image is at the 35 centimeters. So same way I written here. So first I am considering the A mirror, next I am considering the B mirror. So A mirror is forming the first image at the 5 centimeter and the B mirror is forming the first image is at the 15 centimeters. So first one is forming at the 5 centimeter and the B mirror first image forming at the 15 centimeter. And the second image where the A mirror will form and where the B mirror will form means, so just to see add the 20 centimeters. So take the cross and add to the 20 centimeters. So 15 plus 20, 35 and 5 plus 20, 25. That means the A mirror will form the second image at the 35 centimeters and B mirror will form the second image at the 25 centimeters. And the next continue this procedure. Okay, so next is nothing but add the 20. So 25 plus 20, 45. So A mirror is forming the third image at the 45 centimeter. B mirror is forming the third image at the 55 centimeter. So now we have to check this one. So that means at what location mirror B should not form the image. So now mirror B is forming the images at the 15 centimeter, 25 centimeter, 55 centimeters, and so on. So here the options are within the 55 centimeters only. So check it now. At 15 centimeter, it is forming the image. At 25 centimeter, it is forming the image. At 45 centimeters, it is not forming the image. At 55 centimeter also, it is forming the image. So option C is the right. Okay, like this we have to do. At what location the mirror is not forming the image means we have to follow this method. And the next one is the relative velocity. Okay, in the relative velocity, so here the object, here it is the object we have. So object is moving with the 10 root 2 meter per second velocity by making 45 degrees angle with the horizontal, and here mirror is moving with the 2 meter per second velocity. So they are asking find the velocity of the image. So we have to find the velocity of the image with respect to the ground. Okay, just if they are asking find the velocity of image means we have to consider the velocity of the image with respect to the ground. So now here this velocity of the object is making some angle with the horizontal. Now we have to write the components. So we have to write this velocity in terms of the components. So here we have the horizontal component and the vertical component. So already you know that one. So horizontal component is the 10 root 2 cos theta. Theta is nothing but 45 degrees. Then cos 45 is nothing but 1 by root 2. Root 2 will be cancelled. We will get the 10 meter per second. And vertical component is the 10 root 2 sin 45. So here we will get sin 45 is 1 by root 2 cancel. We will get the 10 meter per second. So here this is the positive y-axis and this side is the positive x-axis, and mirror also moving in the positive x-axis direction only with the velocity 2 meter per second. Already you know in the mathematics the unit vectors along the x-axis is the I and along the y-axis is the J. So now here I have the that means object is moving in the plane, that means it has the two components, horizontal component and a vertical component, and here these two components are along the positive x-axis and positive y-axis. I am writing velocity of the object equal to the 10 I cap and the 10 I cap plus 10 J cap, here horizontal component and vertical component. So now here the mirror is moving in the horizontal direction in the positive x direction only. So velocity of the mirror equal to the 2 I cap. Actually in the question they asked only find the velocity of the image only, but here I am doing the 4 bits. Okay, now for what are those means I am finding the velocity of the object with respect to the mirror, and the second bit I am finding velocity of the image with respect to the mirror. So here velocity of the image means with respect to the ground we have to find. Here this is the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror, and the third one is the velocity of the image we have to find. This is nothing but the velocity of the image with respect to the ground, and the next one is the fourth bit, velocity of the image with respect to the observer or object we are finding. So see now the velocity of the object with respect to the mirror means velocity of the object minus velocity of the mirror. So velocity of the object is 10 I cap plus 10 J cap, and velocity of the mirror is the 2 I cap. So substitute here we will get the velocity of the mirror is with velocity of the object with respect to the mirror is 8 I cap plus 10 J cap. So here this second one is the important one. Second one is the important one. What is that second one means? Velocity of the image with respect to the mirror. Okay, just to see now. So if suppose here we have the object, so here we will get the image. So same distance we will get. So now if the object is moving toward the mirror, then this image also will move toward the mirror. Okay, image also will move toward the mirror. So if the object is going parallel to the mirror, then image also will move here. So that means from this we can say that so the component which is parallel to the mirror should not change. So it is in the positive y-axis. This is also in the positive y-axis direction only. But the component which is perpendicular to the mirror, that will be changed. So here this is moving toward the mirror in the positive x-axis direction. So here the image is moving toward the mirror only, but in the negative x-axis direction, opposite to this direction. So whenever we are finding the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror, so in the first bit we got velocity of the object with respect to the mirror is 8 I cap plus 10 J cap. So here just inverse to this one, that means here only perpendicular component. Perpendicular component means the component which is perpendicular to the mirror, that component only will change. The component which is parallel to the mirror, that component should not change. So see now in this case 8 I cap. Okay, now 8 I cap is the component. I cap is perpendicular to the 8 I cap is along the x-axis. This component only will be changed. So parallel component should not change. So now this is the opposite sign to this. That means here this is moving along the positive x-axis, but image is moving along the negative x-axis. So we will get the minus 8 I cap plus 10 as it is we will get 10 J. Why? Because here this is moving in the positive y-axis direction. Here also this is moving in the positive y-axis direction only. That means here if a object is moving parallel to the mirror, then image also will move parallel to the mirror, the component should not change. And if the perpendicular component, that means here the object is moving perpendicular to the mirror, so then image also will move toward the mirror but in the opposite direction. That's why here the perpendicular component to the mirror changes and the remaining component is same. That is the important one. And the next one, we have to find the velocity of the image with respect to the mirror. So velocity of the image with respect to the mirror is vi minus vm. From this we are getting velocity of the image equal to the vim plus vm. So vim we got velocity of the image with respect to the mirror we got here, and substitute here, and velocity of the mirror also we know 2 I cap, substitute, and we will get the velocity of the image minus 6 I cap plus 10j. Actually, according to the question, we have to find this one. Okay, na? So in next which question they will they ask, we don't know. That's why I explain all the terms here. And the next fourth one is the velocity of the image with respect to the object. So viy equal to vi minus vo. Velocity of the object already we know from here, and velocity of object already we know here. So substitute simply here. We will get minus 6i minus into minus, minus into plus minus, so minus 6i minus 10i minus 16i, so 10j minus into plus minus, so minus plus 10j minus 10j will be cancelled. We will get velocity of the image with respect to the object equal to minus 16i. So you have to remember all this. So according to the question, we have to find the velocity of the image with respect to the ground. So this is the third one. Velocity of the image with respect to the ground is minus 6i plus 10j. So from A option is the right answer. Plane mirror. So here you have to remember the two things. So we are, first one is the first point is the note my I am writing. So first point is, so if we are keeping the mirror as fixed and rotating the incident ray, okay na? So we are keeping the mirror as fixed. Mirror is a fixed and we are rotating the incident ray. So keeping the mirror as fixed and rotate the incident ray, so then reflected ray also rotated by same angle but in the opposite direction. Okay, remember that is the first point. Okay, first point is nothing but the mirror is fixed and we are rotating the incident ray by theta angle. So is the reflected ray also rotated by same angle but in the opposite direction. And one more thing, if the incident ray is rotated by some velocity, then reflected ray also rotated with the same velocity but in the opposite direction. That is the first point. And second point is nothing but we are keeping the incident ray as fixed and rotating the mirror. Okay, so if we rotate the mirror by theta angle, then reflected ray also rotated by the 2 theta angle in the same direction. These 2 points you have to remember. So second point is nothing but we are keeping the incident ray as a fixed and this we are rotating the mirror. If we rotate the mirror by theta angle, then reflected ray will be rotated by the 2 theta in the same direction. If we rotate incident ray, then reflected ray will be rotated by same angle or by same velocity in the opposite direction. If we rotate the mirror by theta angle or some velocity, then reflected ray will rotate by the double to that angle and double to that velocity in the same direction. So based on that concept, we have the one problem. The problem is nothing but here the reflected ray is rotated by the 3 radians per second. The angular velocity of this incident ray is 3 radians per second, and the mirror is rotating by 5 radians per second. Then find the velocity of the reflected ray. So here incident ray velocity is 3 radians per second and the mirror velocity is 5 radians per second. So here the incident ray rotation is in the clockwise direction and here mirror also rotating in the clockwise direction. So see now the velocity of the reflected ray is, so incident ray is rotating with the 3 radians per second in the clockwise direction. So then reflected ray also rotated with the same velocity but in the opposite direction. So here it is in the clockwise direction, then it will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So with the same speed. So the velocity of the reflected ray is 3 radians per second but in the anti-clockwise direction with respect to this incident ray. Now here the mirror is rotating with the 5 radians per second. So then reflected ray also rotates in the same direction but double to its velocity. So double to its velocity means mirror is rotated by the 5 radians per second. The reflected ray will be rotated by the 10 radians per second in the same direction. The mirror is rotating in the clockwise direction. This reflected ray also rotated in the clockwise direction. So that value is 10 radians per second in the clockwise direction. So now the velocity of the angular velocity of the reflected ray equal to the, so here 3 radian per second is anti-clockwise and 10 radian per second is the clockwise. So more minus less, so then 10 minus 3 is nothing but the 7. So more is in the clockwise direction. So reflected ray is moving in the clockwise direction with the 7 radian per second velocity. Remember this one. And the next question is NEET 2017. They asked this question. So to read this question very lengthy, but answer is a very small. So the question is, once again I'm reading. See now, a beam of light from a source L. So source is the L here, is incident normally on a plane mirror. This is the plane mirror now. So incident normally on the plane mirror. Okay, fixed radius at a distance x from the source. So this mirror is fixed at x distance from the source. And the next, the beam is reflected back as a spot on the scale placed just above the source. So that means the ray is moving toward this mirror and striking normally and reflect back and reaching to the spot. And the next, what's going on? When the mirror is rotated to a small angle theta. Now the mirror is rotated small angle theta. So this mirror is rotated small angle theta. The spot of the light is found to move through a distance y on the scale. Just this spot. So if it strike normally, then the spot is at the same place of the source. And the next, if we rotate this mirror by theta angle, the spot is forming the y distance on this scale, y distance from the source. Okay, and the angle theta is given. What is the angle we have to find? So now see here the ray is incidenting normally and the reflected ray also moving in the same path and reaching to the spot. But here the ray is falling on here the mirror is rotated by some angle. So by rotating the mirror, the reflected ray is reaching to the scale y distance from the source. So now if the mirror rotated theta angle, I said here if the reflected ray if the mirror rotated by the theta angle, the reflected ray rotated by the double to that angle in the same direction. So here also, if the mirror is rotated by the theta angle, then reflected ray will be rotated by the 2 theta. Okay, so mirror rotated by the theta, then reflected ray rotated by the 2 theta. So from this figure, suppose if you consider this is the triangle, then tan 2 theta equal to the opposite side by the adjacent side. Opposite side is the y, adjacent side is the x. Tan 2 theta equal to y by x. So here they mention already the mirror is rotated by the very small angle. For small angle, tan 2 theta is nothing but the 2 theta. Now substitute here 2 theta equal to y by x, theta equal to y by 2x. This question is a very important 2017 they asked. Okay, next is the spherical mirror. So in spherical mirrors, some formulas. The relationship between the focal length and the radius of curvature is f equal to the r by 2 or r equal to the 2f. The radius of curvature is double to the focal length. Already you know that one. The mirror formula is 1 by u v plus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. V is the image distance, u is the object distance, f is the focal length. By simplifying this one, we will get the image distance v equal to the u into f by u minus f. And the next one is the transverse magnification. So transverse magnification means if the object is perpendicular to the principal axis, then the magnification is nothing but the transverse magnification. So that means here the object is perpendicular to the principal axis. The time the magnification formula is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. Otherwise, so ratio of the image distance to the object to distance. So now transverse magnification equal to the height of the image to the height of the image object equal to the minus v by u equal to the. So now here v value I am substituting. V value u into f by u minus f. I am substituting here, simplifying. I am getting the final f by f minus u. So now we have to remember this step is very important. So many problems we will use this one only. So transverse magnification is equal to the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object, or the image distance to the object to distance, or f by f minus u. So based on the given data, we can use any formula. So this is the very important one we have to remember. And the next, based on this spherical mirrors, we have the one problem. So now problem is, what is the radius of curvature of a concave mirror? So concave mirror here at a distance of 200 centimeter from the face of a man. That means the man is in front of the concave mirror at a 200 centimeter from that concave mirror. So now he sees in its image that is 1.5 times greater than on a plane mirror placed at the same distance from the face. So here the clue is nothing but here they mention plane mirror. So plane mirror will form the virtual image. So actually we have the 6 cases in the concave mirror. In theory you will get that 6 cases. So in the 5 cases, we will get the real and okay. In 5 cases, we will get the real and inverted image. In only one case, we will get the virtual and erect image. So here they given the clue that plane mirror. So plane mirror will form the virtual image. So now virtual image. So now from this case, he sees in it is image that is 1.5 times greater than on a plane mirror. Or that means the indirectly they given the magnification equal to the 1.5. That is the minus or plus of we have to decide. So suppose if it is the real image, then magnification is the minus, and if it is the virtual and direct image, magnification is the plus. So here the given clue plane mirror. So plane mirror will form the virtual image. So magnification is the positive. M equal to the 1 point plus 1.5. And the next objective distance irrespective of that means any mirror or any lenses we have to take, that is the negative only. So objective distance equal to the 200 minus 200 centimeters. Already they mentioned they give this is the given data. We have to find the radius of curvature. So here already we discussed the formulas. Transverse magnification equal to the so hi by h4 equal to minus p by u equal to f by f minus u. So based on the given data, which one is the suitable that we have to take. So here the suitable is the magnification equal to the f by f minus u. Here I am substituting the given data. Magnification value is 1.5 and objective distance is 200. So 1.5 equal to f by f minus of minus 200 plus 200 we will get, and send to the left side and simplify it. Finally we will get the focal length equal to minus 600 centimeters. But they are asking the radius of curvature. So radius of curvature is double to the focal length. So radius of curvature we are getting the minus 1200 centimeters. So focal length for the concave mirror is minus, so left it is forming in front of the reflecting surface only, that's why the focal length is negative. So radius of curvature also negative only. We are getting the answer in terms of the centimeter, but options given in terms of the meters. So then radius of curvature equal, convert the centimeters into the meters, then radius of curvature equal to the 12 meters. Okay, this is the today problems.